Pakistan's coalition government is set to unveil ambitious fiscal targets in its 2024-25 budget today. The country aims to secure a crucial bailout from the International Monetary Fund. Officials and analysts anticipate that the budget will be contractionary, aiming to bridge the gap between revenue collection and total expenditure. Now, Pakistan, which narrowly avoided default last summer with a short-term $3 billion IMF bailout, is now seeking an additional $6 billion to add $8 billion loan to prevent economic collapse. Despite efforts to control fiscal and external deficits, the measures have led to a sharp drop in growth and industrial activity, with inflation averaging close to 30% last year. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is committed to tough reforms since his election in February. However, the coalition government faces significant challenges due to high prices, unemployment and a lack of job opportunities. The upcoming budget is also the first test for Finance Minister, who aims to address persistent economic issues. Previous finance ministers have avoided difficult steps like cutting subsidies and increasing tax revenues from politically sensitive sectors. Now, to add to Pakistan's debt raise plans, the Economic Survey of Pakistan for 2023 to 24 suggests that the country missed its GDP growth target, achieving only 2.38% against an envisaged 3.5%. And this shortfall is attributed to the underperformance of the industrial and services sectors. The survey notes that while there was a positive shift from the negative growth in previous fiscal year, the government's prudent policy management fell short of achieving its targets. With economic recovery slow and IMF negotiations critical, Pakistan's budget will be closely watched for its potential to steer the country towards financial stability. All right, for more on this, our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik is joining us live from Pakistan. Thank you so much for joining us, Anas. What to expect from the budget, given Pakistan is eyeing another IMF bailout?
Well, this will not be a people-friendly budget, that is a given. We're seeing that the tax slabs will be revised. More than 7,000 items, daily use commodity items, are expected to have their prices increased. The sales tax is being increased from 18 to 19%. We're seeing that this particular budget will have a direct impact on the common man, while Pakistan expects some sort of to maintain the growth levels, but they're going to be very timid, they're going to be very little for the fact that the country continues to battle with an economic crisis. This budget comes in the backdrop of that, of those much talk about IMF talks. Pakistan is yet to officially approach the IMF officially to have the program settled, but with that we're also expecting a cut down in subsidies, and more than 400 billion Pakistani rupees worth subsidies are to be cut down. That's what officials have been saying. Today at 4 p.m. is when the finance minister will be unveiling the budget. What exactly would be the new alignment for these taxations? We'd get to know in about some time from now when the budget is announced.
Right. Anas, also I just want to understand, what do you reckon low-income households can absorb inflationary pressures if we see more subsidy cuts?
No, I don't think so. It would be possible. The short answer to your question would be it's a definite no. With the rising inflation levels, rising electricity prices, cutting down on subsidies for the common man is never a solution. The bigger problem is to tax the rich, which hasn't been talked about much, because what we understand is and how the system is that the elites are to be protected and have been protected over time in 77-year history of the country. The agriculture sector remains untaxed and uncapped, which of course contributes to the bigger amount of the GDP. Yesterday during the economic survey, the finance minister made it abundantly clear that out of the 240 million population, each person of Pakistan owes at least Pakistani rupees 280,000 Pakistani rupees in debt. This is what the estimations is given the borrowing from international bodies. So to sum up your question, these budgetary cuts, especially on subsidies, would have a direct bearing on the common man, for whom it would be quite difficult to cope up given the current scenario.
Right. Well, Anas, thank you so much for the latest on this. We'll of course continue to track all the developments closely with you there. For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.